live, but no one can hear us or what?
No, like it's fine. It's
okay. No one's listening at this point.
The laptop will run out of battery at some point.
Awesome.
So I'll need to plug it in.
There we go.
Right. Anyway, it's not showing it.
It's come up with me.
Hold on. Come on.
Gemma, you're the master of wires.
I don't know where it could be because obviously I wasn't here today and it was plugged in last night.
Okay.
All right, there it is.
I see it.
He said 30-second delay earlier. It's a bit more than 30 seconds. Oh, we've got 10 people already. Don't you people have anything better to do than listen to us? Of course you don't. You have nothing but us in your life. Give Jacob money.
No, that's why I stopped. I don't have him out on the streams because he's really cringy and terrible.
No, that's Toby. I'm just being honest.
Alright, so we're going to be playing some card games, and you guys are going to fucking help us judge, basically.
Yeah.
Please turn the volume off, Matt.
I do not want to do that.
So we're going to play Bucket of Doom.
Yep. It's a game that...
it's kind of like Cards Against Humanity, only there's a bit more improvisational comedy involved. That you've got to actually make up a little story.
Yeah, alright, so basically, you pull a Doom card out, and it gives you a scenario. You have 8 cards with each card has a useless item or object or something on it. And you have to use that with a little story and a bit of imagination to figure out how not to die. Can you please turn it down?
Well, it was like half a second.
Yeah, and it was really distracting for that 1.5 second.
Several fucking minutes. But
yeah, but mine was very relaxing and...
So yeah, it's similar to Cards Against Humanity, but instead of one card being the answer, it's the card, and then you explain your usage of that card.
Mm-hmm. So, showing at the moment.
There's Matt's hand.
Right. Okay, so I was just saying what my one is a bit of delay. So, oh, there it is. About like 30 seconds.
Yeah, that's what I did.
It's a bit less than that. It's probably between about 15
hours. Alright, so we've got one person that says, hey. Hey there, person.
Someone...
We've got 18 people, apparently.
Jacob, check your Twitter. I tweeted you.
I just did. I've got a ridiculous amount of notifications. Give me a second.
You've won the lottery how many times, apparently?
Alright, it's like 22 notifications. Right, what's the one... It's all just stuff about what I said about Daisy Ridley having relatives in the industry, which was a reply to something. I would say a main privilege, but I really hope she establishes her own name like Drew Barrymore did. That's the only thing. And someone saying, I don't get that either. That's all I've had tweeted at me.
Yeah, how dare you with your white privilege, like you as a rich white man. What's the thing again? I don't know, Daisy really can't act. It'd be great if, you had, having a female character in Star Wars as the main character, a woman as the main character in Star Wars, not a bad thing. Can we just get a better one?
Yes, Spectrum Girl, that's still happening. We're still making BCP.
Oh, like Rudy Jazz tweeted that he's going to watch the Borderlands, by the way.
Oh, cool.
I definitely want to be around when that's being live tweeted.
Yes, please.
Okay, so I'll just post this on the old Toast Gang Discord.
Is that what you call it?
Probably. The Cortex Club, whatever you want to call it. It's just called Cobe's Clubhouse at the moment.
The Chemical Brothers, I don't know. What sort of like retro? Well, not really retro, is it? Oh, right, there it is. I just like to restart. I was like, wow, there's basically no one in chat. And it's like, oh, there it is. It's just close it and bring it up again. Like,
hey everyone, I don't know how long I can stay. Please leave this stream.
I mean, there is basically no one in chat, but I mean, mind you, it's really, really early, isn't it? Like, I keep forgetting, like, most of our audiences in the States, so 7 p.m. for us is like the middle of the day for them.
Probably.
It's like
hello, all the like people.
Like 10 o'clock in the morning.
People either unemployed or skiving off work. Right, so we're gonna play Bucket of Doom.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So basically, normally, if there was a slightly larger group of us, we'd be one person would be the judge, and then the next next turn the person after them would be the
Oh,
judge.
yeah, we can still do that. It's just between two people
Yeah,
at a
but
time.
I was just thinking since there's an audience.
Oh, that's right. Well,
the
yeah, we
audience
usually
could judge, can't they?
Good point. I thought of that earlier, then forgot. It's a thing I do.
Now I'm going to pass
Terrible
it off,
memory.
Pass it off as my own idea.
Yeah.
All right, let's go.
See what you did there. All right. So okay.
Hello, Chris.
All right, let's.
Let's. All right. First of all, let's draw a card. A Doom card. Okay. So
Okay.
that's. Can you see all that?
Put it up a little higher, I think. It's pretty. That should be. We'll try keep it sort of level with the bucket. I think will be a good way of
All
doing
right.
it.
Okay. First question: pink or white?
Okay. Yes. Well, that's the.
Yeah,
that's
because
the
cards
audience
come
should be
two
playing
different sides.
pink or white sides for this round.
Can they see that?
Yeah, they can see.
I'll say also still read it out because it's still a bit unclear.
Yeah, of course we will be, but
No one said anything yet.
Not yet.
First person who answers our question wins nothing, but the satisfaction of picking pink or white.
Someone says pink.
one citizen says white.
Racist. We're playing this earlier a few rounds, and
Pink.
Logan actually got the best one.
Yeah.
Pink.
Okay, it looks like it's going to be pink.
Okay.
let's just-
3 pinks so
yeah,
far.
let's play with pink. So that's a 3. That's everyone in the chat voted.
Okay, yeah. So,
Again, pink to see the text better.
Yeah. In which case you should be having the other way, shouldn't you?
yeah, probably. Whatever.
First card, and I'm already loving this stream.
That's 5, isn't it? 6, 7, 8.
Alright. So the first scenario. It's Halloween, and you've made the hood on your ghost costume too pointy. You foolishly knock on Mike Tyson's door. He starts biting off your ear for being racist. And now, of course, we need one card with a solution to how we get out of this scenario.
Okay.
I haven't really got anything good for this one, but I'll just put something down.
I'll put something down as well. Right, do you want to do the honours of reading them?
Sure. Okay, so
You're a ready type of person?
foolishly knock on Mike Tyson's door. He starts biting your ear off for being racist. We should move these along a bit so people can see each card a little better as well. Okay, Halloween costume made from bin bags.
Alright, okay. I distract Mike Tyson with this Halloween costume made from bin bags because I tell him that if he comes with me, he can dress as literal trash for Halloween. There's mine.
All right. Next along, brand new, never before seen colour. Now, this specifically relates to racism. As we know, racism is defined by how many points you have. So white people are at the bottom of the pecking order and are never allowed to be racist. Black people are pretty high at the top of the pecking order. But I douse myself head to toe in a brand new, never before seen colour. Now, Mike Tyson's a little slow from all the head injuries he's received. So he doesn't notice, of course, because I was wearing a costume the whole time. So he gets the hood off. Oh, this is not a white person after all. I'm going for his ear. I don't know what colour this is. And I'll say, I'm from the Fliquitarian people who have been oppressed by the black man for years. And if you call me racist, well then I tell you that's straight up ignorant. And I will take to Twitter. And the blue check marks will be after you, you rapist. Let's not forget he raped someone.
On that note, also, let's all remember, Marky Mark once blinded a person.
And, what's his bloody name? Matthew Broderick, of course, killed 2 people in a car accident.
Oh, that's right.
Okay, Mike Tyson starts biting you for being racist. Electric spaghetti fork.
Well, you're having your ear gnawed off. What's worse than that? Not eating spaghetti.
Okay.
Right, I really had nothing. I was just going to stab him with the electric spaghetti fork.
Okay.
I really had a bunch of duff cards, so...
Alright, so we'll just ask the chat now, which is the winner? Halloween costume made from bin bags, brand new never before seen colour, or electric spaghetti fork? As you can see, it is quite a lot like Cards Against Humanity, except it requires a little bit more skill on your part, because you've got to kind of piece together...
And the right cards.
Yeah.
There's actually, like, alternative rules, like, if you don't have anything, split the cover. But that's, like, boring, so... We just get to one end, and then we'll flip the cards around if we run out of a...
Okay, right, bin bags, colour, fork. We've got one vote for everyone so far. I don't see how...
Fork, really?
Never before seen colour, electric spaghetti fork. Not gonna lie, Cobe wins.
We should have a timer.
I think you've won.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll just do like 20 seconds.
Okay, so like you think...
Okay, yeah, it looks like I've won that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, so I'll take the card then. And first to 5 wins is the winner of the game.
Yeah.
So we'll each take another card.
Yep.
And now we have a new Doom scenario.
Alright, new Doom scenario. Let's see, it's about there we put...
Gemma, do you want to just roll the mouse thing across just so we can see the screen? Yeah. I think, because we were lining up with the bucket, weren't we?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mr. Bucket.
You're a lemming at the World Throwing Yourself Off a Cliff Championships. Your parents are looking back proudly, so backing out is not an option. All right. The backing out is not an option. Space hopper with a puncture.
Right, so I grab my space hopper, who may or may not be named Mr. Hoppy.
Right.
And as, like, I've still got plenty of bounce in it. So I hit the water, well, or the ground. Either one, I'm not sure. I didn't look over the cliff. I'm not crazy. But I hit the ground and or water with enough force to break every bone in my body. I can't avoid that. But you know what I don't do? Die.
That's fair.
Fair enough. A very squishy banana.
Yep. Well, my parents also, they packed me my lunch and I didn't eat the banana because it was too overripe. So, I brought it with me and, as I'm falling on the ground, I realised that I still have the very, very squishy overripe banana in my backpack that I brought along with me. So I squeeze the squishy, I squeeze the banana to the point that it covers a sort of an area on the ground below me, and I fall to my safety covered in banana squish.
All right. Backing out is not an option as you leap off the cliff. The ability to twerk like Miley Cyrus. Now you may wonder how this could be useful, and I wondered it myself as I studied how to twerk like Miley Cyrus. But I knew in order to do that, I would need a big ass, a big, gigantic, powerful ass. So I learned, squatting and what have you to develop such a powerful butt. And in doing so, I began the process, heading towards the edge of the cliff. I began the process of twerking, one cheek and then the other, and then the other. And the other in a sort of rhythm. Sort of dum 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 rhythm. Just getting the old thing moving, By the time I leapt off the cliff, my butt cheeks were vibrating, the speed of which, enough to sort of tear the universe asunder. But the sheer power, the musculature of my glutes provided me with so much cushioning that as I hit the ground, I simply bounced back up, landed on my feet like a gymnast. So I didn't have to back out. I didn't die, and I wasn't covered in banana.
But you still had a fat ass at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, okay.
Who doesn't want that? Who doesn't want to fucking clap them Cobe cheeks? All right, we all want to see that.
All right.
If anyone says they don't, that's because they're gay.
All right, okay. So who won that round? The space hopper with a puncture, very squishy banana, or Miley Cyrus's butt?
What the actual son of pigskin am I witnessing? Some guy's like, reply to my tweet. You didn't fucking tweet at me. I just looked at my Twitter. I have a bunch of notifications. I have nothing about any nonce. I've literally just got stuff.
A bunch of people like your butt.
Yeah,
That does mean
they should.
That does mean they're all gay.
It's a fine butt. No, it's gay if they don't.
I don't think that's how that works. Scientifically speaking, that's not how it works.
All right.
They proved it with science. All right, next Doom scenario.
All right, the next Doomcock. You're Harry Potter, and Ron catches you in bed with Hermione. Avada Kedavra, he yells, firing the killing curse at you. I hate this card already.
It had nothing to do with Harry Potter until you came barging in.
Well, to be honest, I've got nothing of any use, so I'm just going to kind of wing it.
I mean, me too as well.
Yeah, me as well.
All right.
All right, we've all got the things.
Okay. I kind of wish we'd use some of these. All right, so Ron Weasley fires a curse at you. A nightmare.
You see, because it turns out that this is Harry Potter's worst possible nightmare. Being killed, found in bed with Hermione and being killed by Ron Weasley, which we all know is an absolute nightmare because he'd rather be in bed with Ron Weasley. The love between these two boys, going back to when they were both toast racks in Hogwarts, the untold story of wanton sodomy in the magical world, the filthy, filthy things they got up to with those wands, the debauchery in this castle of magic, the potions they ingested, cannot be told.
All right. Ron catches you in bed with Hermione, shoots the death curse at you. Banana guard. Now, my thought process is this. So you catch somebody in bed with your woman. Where are you going to shoot your curse at them? The head? The heart? The buttocks? No, the genitals. You're going to aim square at the genitals. Now, I foresaw this. I thought, I'm going to get me some of that book smart boffin puss. I want a big piece of that.
You don't really know enough about Harry Potter, do you?
Not in particular. Just let me do my scenario. So I thought that the chances are Ron Weasley might find out. I mean, we are doing it in his house. So if he comes through the door, my cock and balls have got to be protected. So, being from Hogwarts, I've got one of them enchanted banana guards, which will deflect back the death curse and destroy Ron Weasley so I can have sex with his woman forever. Unfortunately, I didn't actually enjoy the sex very much. But that's beside the point. I survived, and so did my cock and balls.
Right, all the Harry Potter fans are going to point out that you can't deflect the killing curse.
I didn't fucking know that guy! That's giving me no shit about fucking Harry Potter. All right. Ron Weasley fires the killing curse, presumably at genitals. You... Winston Churchill's cigar.
So one of the things, right? One of the things that Harry has decided that he's going to have after his sex session with Hermione is that, you know, like usually after you know you have your post-coital cigarette, all right. So what he decides to use is Winston Churchill's cigar after, you know, so in order to seem like he is an absolute Mac Daddy. And, you know, and sort of impress Ron so much that he has, like, you know, that, you know, he has got the best prime minister that the UK has ever had cigar in his mouth after he's just, you know, slammed into his woman for the majority of the evening. And Ron, so Ron just forgets about killing Harry completely and sort of, like, knows that he has been stumped.
Okay, so it's Winston cigar, banana guard, or it was all a nightmare, which is the winner, guys. I mean, let's be honest, they're all shit. we all got a pretty bad fucking hand there, but which was the least awful?
So someone says nightmare.
Think of that for a second. I'll come back just to hear Jacob talk about enchanting his testicle.
Nightmare,
banana guard,
nightmare.
Yeah, right, so
Matt's won that.
I won.
Definitely won that one.
my long like right.
It's like you at least work into your actual excuse, but then you're just like, it's not because. It just like went off. Glad they were homosexual.
Thank you, Chris, for saying the cigar.
It's like, perhaps all of you are homosexual.
Tough luck on Jacob not being, knowing about
The first fucking thing about Harry Potter. Okay, it's show and tell at school. You watch with pride as your kid pulls out his toy rocket to show it to class. That's no rocket, it's your dildo. Yeah, I got nothing for this one. We should use the white sides.
Well, that's the moment we switch to the white side. We'll turn
Well,
out we
I was
have
having shit ones for that.
Yeah.
Well, it's just this.
Damn it. Let's see. This is going to be really, really bad.
Well, that's the whole point of it. Is like try and come up with some story of like the random hole scrap. Well,
That's
Gemma's breaking the set out of rage. Like she's like, I can't think of anything, so I'm just gonna smash up the set.
yeah. I'm behind it, so like it's difficult.
Why don't we just
Put it back where it was, because there was honestly nothing wrong with that until Gemma fucking.
in a drunken Scotsman
Yeah.
rage? It's like the English. How's it? Look
Yeah,
over
just
that
at
way,
the-
Gemma.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm looking.
Oh, that's
so
a
just-
jaunty
there
angle.
We go. There we go. It's all gone.
Yeah,
It's
that's
a
all.
bit better now. So if you have to just move it
Yeah.
to a bit here. There we go.
My just so you know.
We had such a good angle at the beginning of this, and then you just fucked it.
Yeah, Gemma.
Don't
Like
know what-
all the Scots,
Like,
ruining
what
everything.
the fuck happened here?
It's a bit better now.
What a nightmare.
We just
Hey.
end the stream.
You want to sit where I am? This is really, really, really uncomfortable.
Yeah, sorry, that's good enough. Like, not like we're known for high production values.
Right.
What were we doing again?
Actually, can't fucking remember. It's show and tell. Oh yeah, that's right. It's not a rocket, it's your dildo. Okay. McWhopper.
All right. Okay. You realise that shit. Your kid has actually taken your dildo in instead of the rocket ship, or so. What I decide to do is make the matter much, much worse for myself, and bring out this and then bring out something completely, this like essentially what is another dildo, which I call the McWhopper.
This enormous burger shaped.
Or it's in the shape of Ronald.
And hand
it would be Burger King, wouldn't it?
It's like pointy at the top.
and hand it, and just let myself be embarrassed in front of my kid, because there's nowhere else to go but here. There's nowhere else to go from here.
So you're.
At show and tell, your kid's rocket turns out to be your dildo. Mug of builder's tea.
So I'm standing there with my mug of tea, and my kids just pulled out my dildo, which I have for some reason. So I'm like, oh shit, I need to make sure they don't see me. But luckily, I've got a mug of steaming hot tea. They can't see if they're screaming in pain from a scolding. So I quickly splash it all over the kids, who are like, oh god, I've got builder's tea in my eyes. It's burned so much. But they're not seeing the dildo. Checkmate.
So you at the opposite end of Gemma, you at the slightly lesser embarrassment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think less embarrassment, more police action.
Alright, so I went for a sentient Roomba. Partly because I didn't really have any good cards. But, now this Roomba, because it is sentient, and I didn't realise it was when I first got it, has seen some shit. Now we've bonded because I know some of its secrets as well. But it has seen me do stuff with that dildo. And I don't just mean stick it in my mouth, stick it up my arse, all that stuff. I mean stick it up my dick hole, eat a salad off of it, roll it up in pastry and pretend it was a sausage roll, and then like vomit the dildo piece back out. I mean, that Roomba has fucking seen some shit. But judge not, because I've seen that Roomba get up to some stuff. It's sentient. I know what it does with the plug sockets in my house. I've seen, people wonder, where does the butter go? I fucking know. I'll tell you. So, me and that Roomba have got an understanding. I've got him on speed dial. So I get that Roomba down to the show and tell to steal the dildo while I'm still in my seat. Now, no one's noticed it's a dildo yet, because it is kind of a weird-looking one. The kid's just like, this is my rocket ship, no one's noticed yet. Oh no, that Roomba's taken it. Oh, it must be faulty. I'll chase it, go all the way home, bring the rocket. Sorted.
Right.
Okay, but on the way home, I stick the dildo up my arse, but I come back with the rocket.
Right, so we got whatever Gemma's was. I can't remember. Oh yeah, second dildo, which I kind of think doesn't really get you out of trouble. Mine, which gets me out of that trouble, gets me throw tea in someone's face, and Jacob's elaborate sex story between him and his buddy, who was possibly a same buddy he met in Vietnam, along with those mantises he trained in the earlier.
Yeah, but that was a game we didn't stream.
Right, so
someone said one person said Roomba so
Roomba.
far.
All right, do you want to swap after we each draw another card? Do you want to swap around to the other side?
Yeah, we can talk
Yeah.
to white side for a bit.
T, Roomba. Yeah, I'm losing this completely.
Well, because yours was, I can't think of anything, second dildo, I call them McWhopper. I'll distract him from the dildo with this even more creepy looking dildo.
Alright, Roomba T, Roomba T.
Okay, give
T,
it,
T, Roomba, McWhopper, Roomba,
That's it.
Roomba.
Yeah,
It's a Roomba.
I think Roomba is the
Right, yeah, Roomba seems to have...
Okay, so we're swapping the cards over now.
we each get a new card.
Swapping them over to the white side.
We find out we all have a...
Alright, so, on a diving vacation, you have a holiday fling with a blue whale. 9 months later, you're about to give birth. So we're switching things over now.
Yeah, I'm going to say the white side seems to be... was it the other way around when we first did it? It was
Yeah.
Yeah, so we're doing the white side first, okay?
Yeah, so we're flipping the cards over now to try the white side. See if we have any more luck with those. Okay, so on a diving vacation, you have a holiday fling with a blue whale. 9 months later, and you're about to give birth. Salvador Dali's lobster phone.
Well, blue whales live in the sea. We all know that.
No, Gemma, as we all know... We've come up with a couple of traditions. Start off whenever you want to spin a yard of bullshit. You start with, as we all know, such as how, Australian wildlife is very absorbent.
I wish we'd fucking stream that one. We'll talk about that later. Right?
Alright, okay.
Or, and if you have to pull something out, it's always from your backpack that you have to have with you.
Yes. Right, okay, as we all know, blue whales are from the sea. And, so, they're not going to have regular telephones, okay? And I need to tell him that he's a daddy. So, if I get Salvador Dali's lobster phone to ring him to tell him the good news.
Okay. You had an affair with a blue whale and you're about to give birth. I opted for placenta cookbook. My thinking was there's no way you can abort a whale, right? It's too much blubber, it's too well protected. I've got to have this baby. I figure I'm gonna produce a shit ton of placenta, and I'm gonna need to repair all the iron and everything lost from all the bleeding that I'm gonna do.
The rupturing.
So how am I gonna regain all of that iron and everything? There's a lot of iron in placenta, but I just don't want to eat raw placenta because I'm not some kind of fucking sick deviant. Even though I did shag a blue whale. So
yeah, Shaggy Blue was, but that's deviant, who would sit in the corner.
So I use this book by Delia Smith, by the way, to determine how best to prepare the placenta and to eat it in different ways to start rebuilding my body.
All right.
Diving vacation, you shag a blue whale and about to become a parent. The support of the Amish.
Right. So as we all know, the Amish, who disdain technology, have grown closer to nature. You know what's part of nature? Whales. So they're, with their enormous skill at things like churning butter and building barns are also expert midwives and whalery. So who else would you call when you're about to give birth to a half-human, half-blue whale? Clearly, you call the Irish, but you don't because you would need to go tell them because they won't pick up the phone because they're Amish and they wouldn't actually have a phone.
All right, so the support of the Amish, the placenta cookbook, or the lobster phone.
Let's see who wins that one.
I genuinely don't know. I have no way of knowing what the best one was. They were all very weird.
Someone said Matt or Cobe. Lobster phone.
We'll call that a vote each then. Lobster phone.
Lobster phone.
Placenta cookbook.
Placenta cookbook. Matt, what's that? Placenta cookbook. Amish cookbook. Cookbook. Seems to be winning.
I want a fourth option. It's just like me voting.
Ring
How many people are saying lobster phone?
Like I retracted his.
But it's looking like cookbook.
Stop getting all the good cards.
Yeah.
If you vote for Jacob, he's going to win soon, and the game will be over.
We'll just do another round, you
Don't
idiot.
be silly. You're not allowed to do that.
Ring your whale daddy.
Okay, we'll wait another 5 seconds and then
5.
tally them up.
4, 3, 2.
Alright, so let's
think-
have a look. Okay. So Matt or Cobe, since one each.
I'd say
Cookbook, Amish. It's cookbook, my man.
Alright. Someone's like, please leave the stream up.
Right, I've got 4 cards.
it needs one more to win, and then the game's over forever. And we shut down the stream. I don't know if we mentioned that.
Can I have
the
another card?
channel collapses.
Thank you.
We never make any more content after this.
Are we doing more white cards?
Yeah, we'll stick with the white cards, I think.
Yeah.
Alright, so you've finally succeeded in your attempt to clone yourself. Your new twins' eyes suddenly open, and they scream, "There can be only one." Okay, so your clone looks at you and screams, "There can be only one." The all-time high score of Tetris, which I actually happen to have. People don't know this about me. I am the greatest Tetris player of all time. Now, I know that my clone is younger than me, by prospect of only being one year old. He is many, many years my junior. So I can't take him in single combat. But I know he won't have the experience I have at Tetris. And knowing that he'll think like me, I'll offer him to duke it out through puzzles. And being me, he'll take that offer. So we play at Tetris, and I, of course, win, decimating his high score with mine. Your clone looks at you and screams, "There can be only one." Hologram of Tupac.
Well, as we all know, studying the science of cloning may lead into other paths of science, such as holographic technology. And who else would I want as my holographic sister other than Tupac Shakur? It only makes logical sense. So, as my clone is coming for me, I go, "Tupac, now!" Hit the button, and holographic Tupac will lunge for him. And be like, it's Tupac, back from the dead! Because clearly, my clone will be scared of ghosts. At which point, I snap his neck from behind.
Your clone looks at you and screams, "There can be only one." GCSE in Media Studies.
Well, what I decide to do is, with my GCSE in Media Studies, I attempt to recreate the final scene of Highlander with my clone, and try my best and so to the point where we have a very, very, very vicious sword fight, and then with that fact, the fact that I could find myself a prop sword, and my clone being very, very, very young and very, 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 very malleable and very, very sensitive, that I could essentially kill him with this prop sword and send that and send it in so that I could get myself into college. It's a really, really bad one.
But you didn't have any other cards.
I didn't have any other cards, no.
Alright, so are we on Tetris,
Two-pack.
or Media Studies? I feel like two-pack. I feel like the Ghost of two-pack is going to win.
I think that's going to win. Mine is not. It's like, there are good ones. I was like, I have a mouth and I can words, yeah. Two-pack Tetris. Tetro, two-pack. Tetris. Bring back two-pack from the dead. Tetris Highlander, two-pack.
I think two-pack's winning.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll count them in a minute. It does look like two-pack's winning though.
Tetris DS is best Tetris.
What is that? Yeah.
I think that's just a statement, not a vote.
He already voted. So.
Yeah.
Two-pack.
I think you've got 5 and I have 4 at the moment. So
Alright.
give it another 5 seconds. Yeah, you've got it. Alright, shall we switch back to red or stay on white?
Let's stay on white.
Okay, in which case.
The best race.
Okay, you're Holly Willoughby, and a camera hits you on the head. When you come to, the only word you can say is cunt. You're on the air in 5, 4, 3. Okay, you've been hit in the head and all you can say is cunt, but you're about to go on air. Hiccups.
Well, after I accidentally come to and say the word cunt, I come on the air. Then I excuse myself with a bout of hiccups that get to the point where I can be taken away and not embarrass myself live on air, but continue to have hiccups for the rest of the day. There, it's my logical one.
All right, the only word that you can say is cunt, and you're about to go on television in 3 seconds. The disembodied voice of Oscar the Grouch.
So, I'm about to go on air, and I can only say cunt. But what I don't know, as we all know, whoever this person is an expert ventriloquist. And from off stage, I sit there, all the people look at me. I don't say a word, as far as they can tell. But from off stage, they hear Oscar the Grouch, our guest, apparently, repeatedly saying the word cunt. So, when the curtain's drawn to, and everyone's giving flack, Sesame Street will take the blame. And that poor motherfucker, Oscar the Grouch, will take the heat for me saying cunt.
You've been hit in the head with a camera, you can only say cunt. You're about to go on the air. Polaroid of your parents doing it. Now, I've long kept this Polaroid in my backpack for just such an occasion. You may wonder why I have. Well, here's the thing. As a famous television personality, that I have things like stalkers and people threatening me and blackmailing me. Now, if I can only say the word cunt, that's the career over. At least until I can get to the bottom of it. But if I, freaking out, unable to speak, am clutching this photograph of my parents doing it, candidly taken, which doesn't look like I took it. It looks like some weirdo took it and sent it to me, and I'm freaking out on the air. They excuse me, and suddenly the network holds a press conference, and the nation feels sorry for me because some sickhead has been photographing my parents fucking, when really it was just me.
All right. Okay.
Cast your votes.
So,
is it Oscar
the Grouch,
saying cunt?
hiccups, or your
hiccups
parents doing it?
Rest in peace, Jim Henderson.
Polaroid. Polaroid.
1 for Oscar the Grouch. 2 for
Oscar,
Polaroid.
Oscar, Polaroid, Oscar. That's 4 for Oscar, 3 for Polaroid, is it?
Got 1 for
Hiccups.
Hiccups.
Oscar the Grouch, CEO. Polaroid,
Yeah,
Oscar.
Oscar's definitely
Oh,
taking it. I don't know. I was pretty happy with that. I don't. I'm going to be a sore loser. No, I'm kidding. Yours is really good as well. But
Yes.
I was actually thinking yours was
yeah,
good.
I thought I've smashed it with this Polaroid one. But
Oh, I just thought yours was going to...
Yeah, I was like, the only thing I could think of here is
Yeah.
hiccups. I was like, that'll
Have you
that'll
taken one,
excuse me.
Gemma?
I've taken
Alright,
one,
so
yeah.
okay.
next...
The next card. You want to put that down for me, Matt? All right. You're on a solo Arctic trek. During a storm, you slip out of your tent for a pee, which instantly freezes, locking you to the ice. All right. You're on a solo Arctic trek during a storm. You slip out of your tent for a pee. Your pee freezes and sticks you to there. Kama Sutra for Dummies. Now, this is a book I always keep in my backpack. It takes me back to my younger years of doing sex, occasionally with a lady, sometimes on my own. Usually on my own. But I remember just such an occasion where there's an illustration of a four-armed Indian fella with a sort of a spike up his jap side.
I don't want to hear this. I hate that sort of shit.
And what he did was he sort of
Can we make Jacob win so he doesn't have to explain it?
corkscrewed himself. Like anti-clockwise. So I had to think to myself, righty-tighty, lefty-loosey, which is written in the Kama Sutra. For it's a lubricant thing, but it's applicable here. So I spin myself anti-clockwise off of the pee, which proceeds to break, just like the chap with the thing up his japs in the Kama Sutra.
That's horrifying.
You do a wee and it freezes you to the ice. Sea monkeys.
So, I'm stuck to the ice from a stream of piss. Luckily, I always keep a large group of sea monkeys in my backpack who are well known for their ability to survive in the Arctic, look it up, but not right now. Using their abilities as monkeys of the sea, which is what they are, and not something else. Definitely not something else. They're clearly some sort of aquatic apes. You just haven't seen them. You should get out more. Monkeys, sea monkeys being the smartest of all apes other than humans. Shatter the ice with the kung fu they know.
Who they know?
Because I've just stated they're very intelligent. And the first thing any intelligent person does is learn kung fu. And that's how I get out there with sea monkeys.
Okay.
You just kung fu the ice off your dick.
I'm just doing that and corkscrewing my way off of it. Yes, I'll choose the Kung Fu Sea Monkeys.
Okay.
You're doing a wee in the Arctic. It freezes. You stick to the ice. Weasel shit coffee.
Yes. Well, I'm stuck to the ice with my pee. What's a girl to do? Well, what I decide to do is I make some coffee. What I do have in my backpack is this weasel shit coffee that I was given as a present from someone before I went on my trip. I will not say who, but because I don't actually know. But so I made the coffee, and so I decided to warm myself up in general from the coffee. And coffee is a natural diuretic. So, the only thing that I can think to do to get myself away is essentially shit out the coffee and melt the ice.
Okay.
So we got a guy spinning off a frozen lump of spiked
Just give it
piss.
to Matt. We don't even need to look at the votes. Just give Matt the card.
These are all good. I still like Gemma's. I'm frozen. I'm gonna use a stream of.
I don't even pour the coffee on the frozen.
Shit out. I need to make sure it's all hot and wet to melt.
Gemma's, Sea Monkeys, Jacob and Matt Tide, Sea Monkeys.
One for Kung Fu.
Kung Fu. Sea Monkeys, Kama Sutra for Dummies. Actually, it's quite close, isn't it? Coffee.
I'd say we all brought our A game for this one.
I hate that this is our A game.
Kama Sutra, coffee.
The simplicity of the coffee one, but it was like made unnecessarily complicated. Like, I
Oh, God.
the hot coffee. I'm like,
Oh god,
drink
it's
this
so
coffee.
like no. Just shit.
I think coffee is winning.
I don't mind. Gemma, you get the coffee.
Thank you.
On that subject, I'm going to go get some coffee, but one that's not made. It's not
A
made
weasel
with
shit.
weasel
That will immediately make you do a hot steaming turd to melt the ice.
To melt the icy hearts of the chat so they stop waiting for me.
Well, I'm going to be stuck there for a while. I need to drink the coffee to warm myself up too.
You didn't say that in that explanation. Alright, so chat, we're taking a short break so Jacob can get some non-diarrhea based coffee. How have you all been? Anything want to, like, enjoying the stream so far? So far we've had, what, the last one, a man spinning backwards off his dick. Kung Fu, sea monkeys and diarrhea.
Okay. Just so people...
Apparently I beat you out, but you can still have them.
Oh, right, okay.
According to someone in the chat, who just might be like, Matt's the best. I'm going to big him up.
I think there were some more votes for Matt's after we said Gemma's won. I think that's what it is.
So this is great. Please don't delete the stream when you're done. Loving it so far. What did I come back to? You wouldn't need to keep warm if you just use the coffee to melt it right away. I wasn't thinking of that at the time. I was thirsty.
You shouldn't play this game on a motorcycle. No, fucking.
Do you want to take a break and just talk about some of the random crap we came up with today for a second?
Yeah, we'll I'm going to bring the coffee in.
Do you want to do the...
We'll take a quick break. We'll just talk some shit and then we'll do another round.
I was going to
say,
say...
do you want to do the commando thing or...
Yeah, we'll talk about that in a second.
Right.
We'll talk about all the shit. If you want to introduce that, what's something else really fucking funny we were talking about?
Was the Yu-Gi-Oh thing? The five guys?
Like Gemma wasn't
yeah.
thinking, she was winning.
Tell me about Commando.
Right. So, Jacob has just recently brought these. I came around to Jacob's and he's got his place is a mess. It usually is when I come round. He stays up just clean in front of me, so I have nothing to do. I'm guessing, but I'll put a film on because he's got a little TV and an old VHS player in it. So he goes upstairs. He goes I go, what are you gonna bring down? I'll find something. So he comes down with Commando, and I find this hilarious because not a week ago I was round my mate's Nathan's place up in London. And somehow we got because my friend Nathan's a big fan of he's been playing D&D last few years a lot recently, and we somehow got talking about Commando, and I sort of brought up the fact that Commando's kind of like a D&D campaign, in which the guy doesn't want to play along with the DM story. So the whole everyone who doesn't know hasn't seen Commando. Arnold Schwarzenegger's character, his daughter gets kidnapped, and all right, we need to go to this country and get close to the president of the country who you help install and then kill him. And all throughout it, Arnold Schwarzenegger's character is like, no. So I just imagine a DM going all right, so you're going to go on this trip, and it's going to be all about intrigue and rolling stealth rolls. No, I attack the guard. At which point the guy motherfucker, all right, and they hop into my car and drive after the people who kidnapped my daughter. It's they've cut the spot, you've cut the car, the wires in the car, it won't move. I do a strength check, and I push the car down the hill. And you know what, that goes for a while, and then you fell, and they put you back on the plane. I'm on the plane. Guy next to me. Can I make an unarmed stealth kill on him? There's no way you're going to make it. Roll natural 20.
Yes.
And then I want to stealth my way off the plane. Natural 20. And it just keeps going until it gets to the end. It's alright, I've managed to get all these crit rolls. I'm all suited up. Because, fine, you have got so many guns. I don't care. Can you kill 300 people? No, you can't. You're going to die. Crit, 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 crit. Just keeps winning. And I was explaining this to Jacob. And he's like, oh my god, I can't. And then I started explaining to Gemma. and she was exactly the same. And I'm hoping other people in the set like, I can't watch Commander now without thinking about D&D. It's just really like, it works better than say Conan the Barbarian, which is like closer to a D&D campaign.
Yeah, it's pretty much. Right. I will say, I was like, if people have only just arrived, shall we explain them the rules of the game again?
All right. Okay, so we're playing BOD, or Bucket of Doom. In Bucket of Doom, you have to draw a Doom card, which gives you a scenario. Like, here's one we've already done. Let's see. Oh, wait, we haven't done this one, but...
No, we haven't done it on the stream.
Oh, yeah.
We did.
I just drawed it from...
when we tested it.
Oh, yeah, I won that one when we tested that one.
So...
Yeah, we don't fucking Carrie Fisher
Yeah.
answer.
Yes.
Yeah, so you get a scenario, such as this one. Would you like to read it out, Gemma?
Yes. You scratch your nose at a mafia auction house and accidentally buy $30 million of cocaine. You don't have the money.
So then, each player who has 8 cards, and it's all useless rubbish crap. Here's like at the back of some of the stuff we've done.
Yeah.
Like that.
You know, and
It's just like a used go-kart or shopping trolley or something like that. So like, and then you have to I put this down. Like, I hop in the shopping trolley and shoot down the aisle past the mafia man. Also, like, you need to come up with a little story involving the thing that you've just played.
Yeah.
by the way, the guy in the chat keeps saying he tweeted at me. No, you didn't. I just clicked my Twitter, my notifications. You're not in any of them. To narrow it down, I clicked mentions. You're not in any of them either.
Oh, and yes,
Has he sent you a DM at all?
Nope.
No DMs. No.
and yes, I have heard of Old Man Henderson. It's a hilarious story.
Yeah. So one of the things I used with that one is that I had the card Princess Leia's gold bikini. So my answer was that that the mafia people saw that I was dressed like Princess Leia.
Because you thought it was a fancy dress auction.
Because I thought it was a fancy dress auction.
Immediately mistook you for Carrie Fisher.
And mistook me for Carrie Fisher, who, as we all know, absolutely loves cocaine.
And that was it. Like, she just won the round. So there you are. There you are.
Right, so we tell her. Right, so when we're doing the test play, Logan actually had the best one.
Yes.
Right, so we're playing like. So it was the Doom thing was you're on a blind date. You turn up and it turns out it's a sex zombie. What do you do? And I kind of think like Logan didn't understand most of what the thing was, but we put. I can't remember what you and I put down, but he put down. What was it?
Fainting goat.
Yeah. So he's like, well, I dress the goat up in my clothes, then I hide in the bathroom.
Since he's already passed out.
Yeah. Then I hide in the bathroom and I see what happens. And we just lost our shit.
It was so good. Well, there were ones that were just perfect. Like I had the card clip on tie. And I
Yeah,
was
it's like your tie gets.
I can't fucking use this. I've never been able to use this. And then one of them was like, "You're stuck in the escalator.
Your
Your
tie
tie gets caught in the escalator." And like, people were being really elaborate. And I was like, "This entire thing is avoided because I'm wearing a clip-on tie."
And sometimes you get things that are really similar. Like a good one was you're at Glastonbury Festival, and and you're you're doing a poo, and someone tips over one of the porta potties. The shit is spilling out onto the ground, and you're about to drown. What do you do? So Jacob puts down, was it Australian
roadkill?
Australian roadkill goes, as we all know, Australia animals are known for two things: being incredibly deadly and very absorbent. So I reach into my backpack and I put down like run over armadillos and great white sharks, and it just absorbs the poo.
Yeah.
So I put down my extra large handkerchief. And I like
that was your card.
Yeah, and like I said, it's similar to yours, Jacob, but unlike you and your homeopathic ways, I use hard, fact of science. This scientifically engineered giant handkerchief to soak up the shit.
All right, shall we have another round?
Yes, let's please.
All right.
Right, so pink or white?
Should we stick with white? White's doing us good. I don't really care about Gemma. How bad Gemma's doing? All right.
I've still got one. I
could
have been doing
I
worse.
think I put them in my pocket.
Mr.
Like a champion.
I'm
I've only got 6 cards, I think.
Good, then you haven't grabbed a couple.
Oh, I've got 7. I'll just grab one more.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you're cleaning the torpedo tubes on a nuclear sub with your feather duster when you hear the order to launch the torpedo. I've genuinely got nothing for this.
All right. Do you want to switch round after this round?
Yeah. Well, I'll. God, these are all terrible. Okay, you're cleaning the torpedo tubes on a nuclear submarine, and you hear launch torpedo.
Oh, someone said Matt confirms white supremacist. I can't be a white supremacist because in my grandpa's deck I have the unstoppable 5 black friends.
Have we explained that yet?
No.
We will in a bit. We'll run this round first. Okay, so I'm going to use a gallon of seawater. And what I mean by that is I'm going to actually open the torpedo tube preemptively before they launch it. It's going to flood. I am Aquaman, so I can actually breathe underwater. So as the water all floods in, they can't launch the torpedo. We've got to drain the torpedo tube. There's a bloke in there. Fucking hell, that was close. Now, you're stuck in the thing, you're cleaning it, you hear, launch the torpedo. Your best friend's Gran.
Well, your best friend told me to take his gran, to see the
Someone else uses card against humanity.
see the submarine, see what's inside of it. Take your best friend's gran to work day, all right? Yeah. And what happened was I took her inside into the torpedo thing, whilst I was cleaning. See what kind of job I do. So when I hear launch torpedo, what you also don't realise is that my best friend's gran is massively fat and can deflect the blast with her giant ass. All right. So therefore, I am safe, but the best friend's gran is blown to smithereens.
Okay, you're cleaning torpedo tube and you hear launch the torpedo. Fistful of sweet corn.
So, as usual, when I'm cleaning with feather dust in one hand and fistful of sweet corn in the other, I hear the alarm go off. I'm like, oh no, that's bad. But luckily, I know what to do in this case of emergency. And the reason I had the sweet corn with me, because everyone knows that sweet corn are torpedoes' natural enemies. They always fight in the wild. So I lace the sweet corn round the inside of the tube, and when it comes towards me, it just gets jammed in there. And I'm like, whew, that was close. It came this close to hitting me. But, the sweet corn stopped it.
Alright, so, sweet corn, best friend's gran, or seawater?
I reckon it's going to be
It's going to be best friend's gran, isn't it? Fucking gigantic asses are always going to win.
Just like ask Crusted Clown.
Gran.
What? Gran?
Gran.
No.
Best friend's gran.
Yeah, it's going to be fucking unanimous.
Seawater, Gran.
That we
Gran.
think gran.
Yeah, let's just give Gemma the card.
Not many people impressed with stopping a torpedo with a...
Sweet corn.
Right, should we...
Right,
None
so
of them.
let's quickly explain then this business about... So, while we weren't talking about this, I was thinking about it the other day. The guy who plays Principal Wood on Buffy tweeted about the N-word. And he said, I don't want to hear any non-black person saying the N-word. I don't care if you're singing it in a song. I don't care if your black friend said it was okay. I don't want to hear it. And that got me thinking, well, he said black friends singular. What if multiple black friends said it was okay? And I'd forgotten about it, but that had been buried in the back of my mind. And then Matt started talking about Yu-Gi-Oh! And we were just joking
I don't even know why we're talking...
I think we just were making fun of I think because I was using my subway card for something, slapped it.
Oh,
on the
that's
table.
right.
So it got onto N-word pass basically.
Yeah.
And then we were just it became Exodia. So the idea was just instead of the arm of the fallen of the forbidden one, it's Tyrone who says, yeah, it's just a word. And it's Yugi looks at his deck and he's suddenly, I've now pulled out Tyrese who says, yeah, you're practically one of the guys anyway. I just need the other 3 pieces.
And then Kaiba summons a bunch of white knights in one turn.
It's a bunch of white knight check. It's screw the rules, I have a check mark.
Draw your last racist card, Yugi. My grandpa's deck has no racist cards, except for Mexicans.
It does, however, contain 5 black friends who say it's okay.
The N-word! No one's been able to say that! Homies!
It's obliterate. just 5 black guys. It's like it was like portal opens up. There's 5 perfectly normal guys just walking through. So you just climb it. No. Oh fuck it. Right. So what's the next card? An evil genie tells you that everything you say will now come true. Make me a sandwich, you shout. She starts turning you into a sandwich. I bet you I need one more.
I haven't got a very good one.
All right, yeah, neither have I. An
Right,
evil
so-
genie. We'll switch over to pink after this round. An evil genie starts makes everything you say come true. She starts turning you into a sandwich. Fedora.
Well, whilst when she starts
Do you want to move the camera over a bit?
yeah, before she starts to turn into a sandwich, I then therefore get out my trusty fedora, because I am a lover of women, and I do not appreciate these women's stereotypes at all. By when I get told to make that when the whole make me a sandwich thing. So I wear I put my fedora on to basically be like, look at me, lover of women. Please don't do this to me.
Genie starts turning to a sandwich. You use Art of the Deal by Donald Trump. Now, I am not a lover of women. In fact, I'll just grab them. But
By the pussy.
yeah, in this scenario, well, they'll let you if you're a celebrity. In this scenario, I think I've got to get out of this. I've really got to figure out my way out of this. Now, luckily, I've read Art of the Deal, and using my knowledge, I didn't have a good card, is what happened. Using my knowledge, I managed to get turned back into my normal self, and everything's fine. Genie starts turning into a sandwich. £10 Waitrose voucher.
So, as we all know, genies go a long time between eating. Have you ever seen how skinnier the genie was in Aladdin? Precisely. So, like, hey there, genie. What if I give you this? A £10 gift card to Waitrose. And they're like, all right then. I didn't have a very good card either.
Yeah, basically, we all had shit cards. So Waitrose voucher, Art of the Deal, or Fedora. I feel like Fedora was the least terrible, but we'll leave it to the chat to decide.
I could have thought she was going to go, milady, or something like that, and instantly destroy the genie.
As we all know, is the channel's new catchphrase.
It is when it comes to this. It's either that or I reach into my backpack.
Fedora.
Yeah, I think
Fedora.
Fedora's the least awful.
Thank you. Fedora.
Right, how many cards has everybody got now?
Hold on,
I have 3.
I have 4.
so we're switching over to pink, aren't we?
Yeah. Got a bunch of Pico cards.
Can I get a pink card, please?
You may. Here you go.
Oh, thank you.
There, you get that one, the worst one.
Okay, so...
Oh, I got. Like you turn it over and you immediately get good ones.
Yeah.
Sorry, the camera keeps getting bashed, so we have to change the position of things.
Yeah, we keep saying bad things about it.
You're giving Clive the crocodile his annual dental clean when the straps holding his jaws snap and your head is trapped inside his mouth. Gemma?
I'm still thinking.
Yeah, I didn't have anything good for this one.
So I'm just checking.
Okay. Clive the crocodile is annual dental check and your head gets stuck in his mouth. George Bush's painting of himself in the bath.
Well, I'm just about to get my head crushed when I get bitten off by a big old crocodile. When I go, look over there, and he's distracted by a picture of George Bush in the bath. And as we all know, crocodiles fucking love George Bush. It's an instant. It's like crocodile aphrodisiac. It's like getting a fistful of aphrodisiac and then punching it straight in his crocodile prostate. And he like the blood flows straight to his crocodile penis that flips him off me and into the recycling bin next to him. And I'm now safe.
Okay.
Clive the crocodile's restraints break and your head ends up in his mouth. Very annoying advertising jingle. Yes. Now, as we all know, crocodiles are very foul-tempered, but they're when it comes to opening, their mouths, there isn't a lot of power in it. So I figured the mouth wasn't being held open very wide by the straps. They've closed on me. He's going to have to open and snap them again to kill me, right? So my head's in there. I'm thinking, right, I'm the dentist. This is my office. So just using something in my pocket, I make sure I get an advertising jingle playing, just turn the TV on, whatever. And boom, this terrible advertising jingle comes on. This fucking twat's just bounding down the stairs, screaming about lemonade. And the crocodile opens its mouth for a sec. Might pull my head out, and he's like, "Fucking hell, this fucking guy!" And then we actually bond over how much we hate this commercial. With the guy's like, "I'm a secret lemon," and we start doing impressions of him and saying, "Oh God, he must be really smelly," and like I can't imagine any girl like him, and all this kind of thing. And we become really close friends. And he actually is part of my bridge game every Wednesday. Now, Clive the Crocodile's dental straps break, and you end up with your head in his mouth. Strap-on mermaid tail.
Well,
Talk us through this one.
Well, you know what I do. Well, one of the things that you do not find in dentist offices or in the Everglades, where crocodiles are from, or alligators actually. Shit, this is going the wrong way. Anyway, you usually find crocodiles in the rivers, all right? And you don't find them, and you don't find... So what you do, I have this strap-on mermaid's tail that I've got in, like, my office, like, in a
Display?
In a display. There we go, that's the word. And so, what I just like to do is that, whilst he's in the process of trying to eat me, I pull on the mermaid's tail, and the crocodile goes, "Holy shit, what is that?" And she sees this mermaid with a fish tail and gets really, really distracted, and then opens his mouth and tries to eat the mermaid instead.
Okay. All right. So
that's mine.
Was it annoying advertising jingle, mermaid tail, or painting of George Bush?
Like Gemma sounds like that kid trying to speak. I'm so tired.
George
I can't
Bush in the
speak
bath.
at the moment.
George Bush. Jingle.
Jingle in the jungle.
Someone said I'm torn between jingle and mermaid tail.
4. Let's see, between advertisement. So that's like
You guys are all crazy.
5.
The advertisement jingle one was the best.
Toby. I think Toby's like George Bush, so that's one for me. Bush.
Yeah, and George Bush is the undisputed champion.
Yeah.
How many cards is that for you now? 4.
Yeah, how many you got?
4 as well.
Right, so
I've got 3.
This next round could definitely be the winning round. Are we staying on red?
should we? Well, yeah, we only just changed, so.
Yeah. If I do sound like I can't speak, it's genuinely because I'm tired and my stutter comes out really badly.
You've been doing so much heroin.
I have, yeah.
You turn on the news. Some psycho has blown up a kitten and puppy sanctuary. They look exactly like you. A screaming mob surrounds your house. All right. A mob surrounds your house. Boris Johnson's hair.
Right. So what people don't know about me is that people often mistake me for Boris Johnson in the face, right? So one of the things I do is I have for some reason in my office I have a lock. I have Boris Johnson's hair. I think I might have scalped him in a previous situation. No one's gonna know this. All right. So what I do is I put on the hair and make myself look as much like Boris Johnson as possible. So when the screaming mob comes to the house, the security guards outside think, "Shit, this is the Prime Minister of the UK." let's protect him. So the mob protects Boris Johnson from the mob, whilst I find a way to escape the country.
But what if you get ripped apart by all those people who go on about Brexit?
There's security guards. I have thought this through.
Okay, so they look exactly like you. A scream mob surrounds your house. Sexy snowman.
Right, so I've got a bunch of people coming to murder me. They're coming to murder me. They look like me. That guy looks like me, and they want to murder me. So how do I disguise myself? Dress up like Boris Johnson? No. Sexy snowman. They ain't looking for a sexy snowman. You walk into a room like, what's a sexy snowman doing here? I'm getting a bit distracted. Let's get on with the murder of this person. And sexy snowman's like, well, I'll let you be on your way. He ain't here. Just ignore me. I'm an incredibly sexy snowman. Look at my carrot swing. Swings to the left, swings to the right. Doing the helicopter. And I use that helicopter spin to fly out the window.
Fucking hell. Okay. 30-foot stilts. Now, my first thought when I purchased these was that if I was ever in a situation where a mob was surrounding my house, I could simply step over them. However, I putting them on, heading out into the wild, but people just don't even notice me. They go, oh, "Excuse me, have you seen a man who looks similar to you but significantly shorter?" And I simply tell them, "No, I've seen no such person, and I'm off on my way." I was too distracted by how good Sexy Snowman was. Just forget my whole story.
All right.
I feel like Sexy Snowman's got it, to be honest.
Like, you actually come up with... So I just make mine up immediately as I put it down. Like, absolutely no planning.
I didn't have one for Boris
Matt
Johnson.
physically resembles a Sexy Snowman.
Sexy snowman.
Yeah,
that's one.
There's no fucking doubt in my mind.
30-foot stilts, sexy snowman. So we've got 2 and 1. Sexy snowman, 3. Sexy Boris Johnson snowman. Whichever one was
On
Matt's.
with stilts.
Matt wins hands down. Sexy snowman.
Yeah, completely. So Matt has won the game.
Yeah.
Alright.
I was actually not expecting to win, so... Alright.
Yeah,
We'll leave for me. Do you want to take a little short break and then we...
Yeah,
I'll mix in the other... Because it comes with 2 packs of cards.
Well, you're mixing the other...
Yeah.
Right, there you go. Or
Right.
do you want to put these away? Or
Yeah, we'll
like-
put all these at the bottom of the deck because no point in shuffling because I'll just turn up again. But
It's like, well, you accidentally search for the snowmat instead of the snowman.
The snowman's trying to escape the mob, but the clap of his ass cheeks is just...
like, you can have a fat ass. I'm gonna just have a magnificent dick.
I found my Cards Against Humanity the other day.
I remember it was just over there or something, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's in a box under there.
I'm actually like I told where I found this was I was hanging out with Ray and Nathan up in Folkestone, and there's this shop there, and if you pay £2 you can just go up to like the upper section, and they've got all these board games and crap like that, and we played this.
Mm-hmm.
And tell me, there's like a one where it's like a job interview, and immediately I was thought of like meat organ.
Yeah. There's a sign-on bonus.
Is it a meat organ? It might be a meat organ. Yeah, so we also played a couple of games. There was like Betrayal and Haunted House Hill, or whatever it's called. That was fun. And this other one where you play it's like one person plays the deceased, and the other people play psychic detectives. But it's like puts down 4 cards, and it's like 4 possible murderers, 4 possible locations, and 4 possible weapons.
All right.
And you have to sort of like, but the guy who's playing the ghost shuffles the deck and has to pull out certain cards, and they're really obtuse cards. So it's like try and work out who killed you, like is it the nun? Is it like the doctor? Is it this guy? Is it these guys? And try and work it out from this picture of a lighthouse. And here's a picture of an upside down umbrella that's water's coming out the bottom of it. Like, how the fuck does this mean the nun did it? It's really obtuse. It goes, oh, well, you see, there's a background in the background in her picture. There's a building, and a lighthouse a building.
Wow, that's just ridiculous.
It was actually pretty fun, but also really frustrating.
Oh, I wish I had friends to play these games with.
This is the saddest fucking thing I've ever heard.
I'm so sorry. It's like you're playing. We made you the judge. Do you want these back, by the way?
Yes. Like,
my terrible cards again.
You gonna?
Yeah, well, if you need friends, come and play with us. Like, I'm not desperate. I just said I didn't have friends. I don't have friends because I have high standards. I
Well,
be friends
just do what Gemma did and have a bunch of Patreon, and you can also become Jacob's girlfriend.
Part of my disgusting horror.
I know it's like I'm so glad that Gemma seems to be okay with that joke because I just find it funny.
Men, women, reptiles, doesn't matter.
Sharks, they're very absorbent of
Totally
stains.
absorbent. Dead sharks.
Do you know something, Matt? I used to be like my self-esteem used to be so bad that at one point.
How bad was it?
It used to be so bad that at one point I was still paying the $25 dollars a month on Patreon whilst I was still going out with Jacob because I thought it was going to end. When it stopped.
You understand this is not a Patreon reward, right? Because that would literally make me a prostitute.
I know, but it's always funny to think about it that way. Like, yeah, if you reach a certain stretch goal, you two can be in a relationship.
Change the fucking meaning of stretch goal, let me tell you.
I used to be so bad.
Because
I
of
was genuinely
sex.
like, if I stop paying, will he stop being with me?
And the answer may surprise you. It's yes. Jacob is a very materialistic whore of a man.
Like, I'll be your girlfriend, Matt. I'm house trained and I know that my place is in the kitchen.
Oh, that's fine if I didn't absolutely despise physical contact.
You wouldn't need physical contact. You get one of them asexual girlfriends.
What's the point in that? I'm still straight, I just don't like being touched. It's a fucking nuisance.
One of the things that I still do though is like I'll be in bed and I'll be like, so Jacob, who do you have a crush on?
The threesome stretch goal.
So who do you have a crush on? Is it me? Yeah, someone's like, damn, Gemma. I mean, yeah, it was that bad.
It's okay because you helped. That money was just going to Jacob's pocket, who would spend it on booze and gin, and not share it, like any good relationship. Do you want to sort the camera out?
Patreon wise, I think I just bought a bunch of camera stuff. I bought a laptop that's now a shit one, but was good when I got it. Bought some editing software, and then I think the rest of the Patreon has gone on food and rent.
Well, that's that the joke we made a couple of weeks ago was hey, do you remember when, before PewDiePie said the N word without without having five mates?
He didn't have five mates. He didn't have five mates telling him it was okay.
Five black mates.
And so what ended up happening is the principal would reported him to YouTube. Are you using the computer screen or are you using the delayed one on your phone?
I'm using the computer screen.
Okay.
There, so like you can see the box of doom there, right? And then if we put it there, see, there's my hand, everyone.
Well, we don't actually need. We need just the card to be in picture, not the actual deck.
All right, yeah. So that's all good then.
All right. Anything we want to talk about, or should we get on with the next
Let's
game?
get on with it.
Yeah.
All right.
Jacob took the Onision approach. Lucky for him, Gemma was of age.
Oh, that must have sting being compared to Onision.
No.
All right. So first question, chat: white or pink?
White.
Racist.
Racist. Matt and Cobe have to have 5 black guys around them at all times to confirm they can say the N-word.
Is it 5 guys a piece, or do we get to share?
No, I think it has to be a piece. That's why it's so rare. It's like you have to. We can't like summon Exodian between us, can we?
All right, got white, black, pink, white. So 2 whites.
White privilege.
White. 3 whites.
So the 2 Ronnies, 3 whites.
White.
Okay, let's go with white.
White.
All right. Take that out of the way. Just throw that on the ground.
You can't look at them, dude.
I ain't looking at them. You think I can bloody read? I don't know how to read. Here comes two.
I think a lot of these we've had in the last...
Yeah, I've
yeah.
I mixed up both decks.
Alright.
So we're doing white, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because if you ain't white...
Once you go white, you have a lot of privilege.
If you ain't white, then that's all right, because we're living in a multiculture. You're in a lifeboat in the middle of the Pacific. Your only companion is Hannibal Lecter. Damn it.
There are no bad cards, just bad cards. And shit ways of saying it.
I've got nothing that's useful here.
Look on the back, see if you've got like, oh man, this is all so good.
Okay.
See, I've got nipple clamps right here. Like, how many things you can do that with hammer electrical with nipple clamps?
Okay. You're in a lifeboat in the middle of the Pacific. Your only companion is Hannibal Lecter. Danny Dyer's mum. Right, now, I have no doubt that given the choice between myself and Danny Dyer's mum, I'd be the one to be eaten because I'm obviously more delectable. Better, I probably have in better condition, you know, take better care of my body. But here's the thing. Can you imagine what an insufferable bitch you'd have to be to have spawned Danny Dyer? Take Danny Dyer, who already has the most shrill, high-pitched voice in the history of television, and then raise the pitch of that voice to give it to a woman. Imagine a middle-aged woman, but it's Danny Dyer. I think Hannibal Lecter would eat her instead of me. Just not because she's any better for him, any tastier, because she certainly isn't. I'm pretty fucking choice. But...
I mean, look at the size of your ass.
Exactly. You know, the clap on my ass cheeks is simply keeping the boat afloat. But with Danny Dyer's mum, oh, that's my son, Danny Dyer! He's on the telly, he is! He's a movie star for some reason, even though he gets outshined by other actors on EastEnders. I'm Danny Dyer's mum. I want to eat the cunt. Like, I want to stab Danny Dyer's mum, who I don't know what she's like, and I've just made up how she talks based on what I know about Danny Dyer. But I think Hannibal Lecter would... The only thing he'd do to me is perhaps use me as a bludgeoning tool.
You know,
and then we'd both eat Danny Dyer's mum. And by it, we'd eventually be rescued.
Just aside for like pausing the game for a second. Remember yesterday when you're like all those people who were like death threats against like what was it, Slime Beast or something like that? Someone's gonna take this out of context, and he's see he threatened people's mums as well.
Yeah, let's be clear. We're playing a game, and I don't know anything about Danny Dyer's mum, and she might be lovely. This is not me making actual death threats or threats of cannibalism. Because yeah, I can imagine someone really taking that out of context. After like Vincent Vinocarver's like, hey, we should kill Slime Beast's mum. Like, yeah, this is the same thing. Mm-hmm. Okay, you're on a life, but your only companion is Hannibal Lecter. 5 highly trained stick insects.
Well, we all know that Hannibal Lecter is a man of culture. A man of esteem, you know. So what I decide is, in my trusty backpack where I carry everything, I have my pets, which are my 5 highly trained stick insects. So, in order to curb Hannibal Lecter's, excellent mind, and make him feel at ease to the point where he doesn't want to eat me, I put on a show with my 5 highly trained stick insects, until we get rescued, so that he is kept amused, whilst I remain not in his belly.
All right. Your inner lifeboat, your inner companion is Hannibal Lecter. Bottle of perfume, ode to charity shop.
Well, so he's going to want to eat me. But as you said, he's a man of wealth and taste. Hope he guessed my name. But he's not the devil, he's Hannibal Lecter. But luckily, I've got some ping pong piss perfume from down the charity shop. Maybe it's very cheap, maybe it's gone off. You know what he won't want to do? Eat me when I reek of it. So he'll be like, oh god, that smell, oh, where's Clarissa, lima beans? And when he's turned his back, I clonk him over the back of the head with a perfume bottle and then fucking eat him. I eat his arsehole with jelly.
Right, who's winning? Who's going to win this one?
Okay, so Danny Dyer's mum, the highly trained stick insect, or the cheap perfume. Voting begins.
Gemma just delivered another current verbal diarrhea. Thank you.
Perfume.
Well, we are out of cake. So it's our death.
Perfume. See,
I think maybe I was too mean about Danny Dyer's mum.
perfume.
Danny Dyer's mum.
So I got 4 perfume, 5 perfume.
Yeah, perfume is the clear winner.
Alright, new cards for all of us.
We're still on white.
Yep. Of course we're privileged that way.
Is white privilege still funny in 2019, about to be 2020?
It's always funny.
Boys, we on some 2016 humour over here. You're in a malfunctioning self-driving car. It's driving at full speed, and you're headed towards the White Cliffs of Dover.
White privilege is always funny. Because, you know, you live in white privilege.
Is white privilege funny, folks? Vote in the chat now. Is it still funny?
Is that what we're going to now? Like, was that joke funny? Should we edit it out? Is it okay for Jacob to say the N word? Vote now.
We need 5 black guys to vote. Okay.
I'm just turning to other ideas like, Alpha, give me 5 black guys of attitude. I want to say the N word. These are the Megazords where they come together. They can say the N word.
I like how everyone goes on about my verbal diarrhea.
just nothing but black rangers. It's like, oh no, Rita has escaped. It's like, Alpha, shut up. Assemble 5 black guys with very liberal attitudes towards the N-word. What, why? I need to win an argument, Alpha. Get 5 black guys here at once. I don't know what's going on. Rita's escaped from... Alpha, you fucking piece of shit. Are you listening to me? Get me 5 black guys with a very relaxed attitude towards the N-word.
Okay.
It's one like we should. I was saying yesterday how great it is not being famous. Actually, now I'm going to go back on that. I wish we were, so that we'd have enough fans to have the kind of fans who like would animate the stuff. Do you know what I mean? So it's just like a fucking video of like just like Zordon screaming.
Basically
Alpha.
like Game Grumps fame where
Yeah, you just like you can go to the grocery store without being harassed, but you get cartoons made of all the stupid shit you come out with. Okay. Like I forgot what I put down. I'm gonna have to like make something up because I forgot my story. Okay, you're in a malfunctioning car. It's headed towards the White Cliffs of Dover. What did I say? Weasel shit coffee. Right, so weasel shit coffee, as we know, as has been discussed, is a major, laxative. So I ingest the entire flask at once. Knowing what will happen is similar to it's a broken car, right? So the ejector seat doesn't work, but
I've now my britches are going to be loaded up with so much rocket fuel that I shoot out before I head over the cliffs and land on the ground safely. You're in a self-driving car headed towards the White Cliffs of Dover. Clown horn.
Well, as we all know, you're about to go over the cliff. Luckily, I have a clown horn, which works very similar to, and we were just talking about this, the Green Ranger's like knife flute. So I put up the clown horn and go, doo, 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 which is weird for a horn to make, because it sounds more like a flute. And out from the sea comes a giant clown robot who catches me.
Okay.
I had nothing.
So looking at the chat, I'm amazed that we had that entire fucking tirade about Zordon. No one reacted to it. It's as though it didn't happen. I'm sitting there like, this is the funniest fucking thing ever. No one cared.
Either they all agreed with us, or they let's just ignore them.
Okay.
Like, why is our view count down to 0? Negatives? Banned from YouTube, you say?
You're in a malfunctioning self-driving car. It's driving at full speed. Wedding cake for a couple called Wayne and Stacy.
Right, so on my way to the White Cliffs of Dover, I know that my friends Wayne and Stacy are getting married, and it was my job to bring the wedding cake. Now this was a big ass wedding cake. I'm talking like 10 tiers, so it's gone all the way up to the top. Very, very big, probably as big as the White Cliffs of Dover. All right, we don't know this. My car could be any size. So, as I am coming towards the end, I throw the wedding cake for Wayne and Stacy out of the window and down to the rocks below. And I find myself that I can get myself out of the car by unclipping my seatbelt and diving headfirst into the wedding cake for Wayne and Stacy, cushioning my fall, but I was not a welcome party at the wedding later on that day.
Alright, so...
Okay, before we start, I've got 2 things. First of all, I like to imagine these are all happening simultaneously. So, on the one side, there's a guy who's just launching himself out, launching shit out of his arse, being lifted up. There's a giant clown robot coming out of the sea, and someone just threw a giant wedding cake off a cliff and landed in it. Second of all, funnily enough, I have a friend called Wayne who lives in Dover. So you might have been delivering to his wedding.
Well, he does not like me anymore because I ruined his day, and Stacy was not happy, especially Stacy's mum.
But she had it going on.
Alright, so yeah, wedding cake, clown horn, or weasel shit coffee.
Oh, someone gave you money.
Vote no, it was me.
Well done, Jacob. You are funny. Signed, Jacob.
I was so upset nobody was saying anything about the Zordon thing. I was like, you know what? I'm going to say it. Jacob, you are funny. Now I feel vindicated because somebody called Michael.
And yeah, I was like, oh yeah, for a second, wait, why does he have your? Oh wait.
Someone says wedding cake already.
Are you gonna? Can you reject that? Because doesn't YouTube take money?
Worth it. Yeah, I'm gonna get I think £1.65 for that.
Right, someone went wedding cake. Someone's clown horn. Jacob wins this round because of the Power Rangers joke.
That's a separate thing.
All right, let them eat cake. So that's 2. Jacob just gave Google money.
Clown. So
it's 2 for cake.
2 for clown.
3 for clown. 2 for cake. Jacob turned into rags. It tickled me, Jacob.
I don't know, I just love the shouting. It's like, Alpha! It's like, I'm so really concerned about it escaping.
Right, clown cake. So is that...
That's 2 votes.
So that's 3 for 3 for cake, 3 for clown.
I thought it was 4 for clown.
4 for clown. Weasel coffee.
1 for Jacob. Should we count down? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Clown is the winner.
Okay.
Alright.
Yeah, I really like that, and we just race, Zordon is more concerned about being able to say the N word to win an internet argument. It was like an argument on Twitter or something like that.
It's Alpha! I need to win an argument. Zordon, I don't know about that!
Alpha, you little shit! Alpha, 5 black guys. Should we change
To white.
to white? From white to pink.
Yes, let's do that.
Alright. But let's not tell Jacob.
Yes, it's bedtime. Come down and say goodnight. And do your medicine.
My crew is big and it keeps on getting bigger. That's cause.
It's like Jesus is king. Kanye West.
We're changing to pink.
Okay.
Matt didn't want to tell you, but I thought you would have heard it anyway.
No, we wouldn't be able to pick up on it. But, you know, we put down the cards and it's like, hey, why are you guys facing the wrong way? No reason.
We're waiting
also-
until
Yeah,
Logan.
yeah, Logan's getting ready for bed.
Anyone
so
say anything
he's
interesting in the
gonna-
chat? I can't bother to look.
He's obviously going to come down and say goodnight and everything. So.
Jesus Christ is my McClunky. Well done, Jacob. You are funny. Signed random numbers.
If you want to see us do the remake of the Power Rangers movie, like the real one this time, not that one that's not going to made for a single joke, in which we, it's very inclusive, like 5 black guys. How
Yeah, it's it's
not single white, like no white privilege, which is
Yeah.
a thing that's no longer happening.
Do you think Kanye will call himself McClunky from now on?
No, I think Kanye's going to call himself genius billionaire Kanye West. Genius Christian billionaire Kanye West, even though he's not a billionaire, and I wouldn't use the word genius to describe him either.
Yeah, sex with hobbits and
I know, but he
such.
calls himself Ye, and he always jumps on bandwagons.
Like I think he's funny, but I wouldn't call him a genius. I don't know how people call him a genius. Like, it's a strange thing.
The N-word is the devil's greatest weapon against the Lord.
I don't think it is.
If God is an all-powerful, then can he forge a word he himself cannot say? You've caused a paradox.
If someone says the N word in the forest and there's nowhere around to hear it.
Anyone heard
Is it
about?
still racist?
Anyone heard about the Jacob's Ladder remake? No.
Yeah,
There
there
was-
was like
there-
it-
no,
it
there
went
was
like
never.
straight to video.
There was no Jacob's Ladder
Yeah,
remake.
like that sounds like a lot. Like, of all the films to do a remake of, like Jake, like was it like a gritty, dark remake where he has to fight like Ladderhead or something like that?
Come
Yeah,
here,
'cause
Neil
boys.
Ladderman.
Yeah, that's what Jacob's Ladder needed to be more gritty.
Yeah, it's too upbeat.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're live, Logan, but you can say hello and to everyone. That's okay.
Say the N word.
Hello, everyone.
Yeah, you give me a cuddle.
All right, who would you like to tuck you in, Logan?
I don't think it's gonna be Matt.
Yeah, don't.
Okay, well, since Matt's being a big poo-poo face, between me and your mother, who would you like to tuck you
Jacob.
in? He said it, everybody! He likes me the best!
You can do it tomorrow, Mum.
Yeah, congratulations on the silver medal. First to lose.
Hey, son, do you want to go into your teeth and then... Or do your medicine first, but... just
Well,
go and
plug
do
your
medicine.
channel.
All around
Like-
me are familiar faces. I'm not going to do it tomorrow. He's going to pick Jacob
Hey,
again.
Logan, someone asked in the chat who's cooler, Matt or Toby?
Toby.
Oh!
Like, remember when I bought you lunch? Not no more, you getting food.
Yeah, when has Toby ever brought you Subway?
I'm not sure.
Never. That's when he because he's a cheap tosser.
Well, he...
I will remember this.
You seem genuinely upset.
No,
To be fair, like, you're always, of course, it's gonna like Toby better than you. You're always really mean to him.
It's called tough hate.
So like, Toby would tuck him in if asked. Like, Toby's like read to him in bed before. So, like, but you're just like, no, I'm not tucking him in.
I think Logan needs a hug with his coughing, No, he doesn't.
Hey guys, this is your weekly reminder to subscribe to Logan.
Boom.
Logan, sweet dreams of beating Jacob and Matt at Bucket of Doom.
My number one McClunky.
I don't think that might be what I'm gonna dream about.
like really low. Like he's a child, you know, like really low expectations. Like, oh, I could be flying on like a dragon, magical dream world, like you know, coming with a better ending for Game of Thrones. No, beating you at Bucket of Doom.
Picture him like little, you know, on King of the Hill when they flash back to being children. And they're like, I'm gonna be an astronaut or a spaceman. And he's like, I'm gonna become a rich billionaire and have people killed. And then Hank's like, I'm gonna sell propane and propane accessories if my grades are good enough.
Oh,
So that's what I pictured Logan.
Yeah.
also, Jacob, when you get back, we should tell the you remember the Game of Thrones yogurt thing.
I'm sure we've talked about Game of Thrones yogurt on the stream before.
Have we?
Like about how like.
Yeah, wait,
Basically, we won't spoil it, but like, yeah, the whole thing came about because we were talking about self-inserts in fan fiction.
there's a bunch in Game of Thrones where like they end up in Westeros and they either like you know just appear there or they jump into the body of someone and then they immediately tech up all of Westeros within like 5 years.
Yeah. It was like,
So like, tell us if you heard this one before or if you want us to tell it anyway.
yeah, it's like what would happen if you went to a parallel dimension if you went to like Westeros, but you know you weren't some kind of brilliant engineer.
Yeah, like you didn't have like several degrees in like historical engineering.
But
Yes, I remember this
yeah,
conversation
but,
now.
Yeah, instead you're an assistant chef with 1 day.
Yeah, that was assistant chef. It was assistant baker.
Yeah.
It was like Toby is second best father. If you have to have 5 black guys around you to ensure that you can say the N-word, do you 5 Rhodians around to make you sure you can say the
Say McClunky.
yeah. I wouldn't be surprised if Ben Swallow is Jar Jar Abrams' self-insert.
But yeah, a lot of people have written these ridiculous fan fictions where they're like, yeah, I'll start fucking teching up Westeros. And we just thought, well, if all the guy knows...
Yeah, like it was basically like what like you and me got like sent to Westeros. Like, what skills do we have that we could like use? And then it basically got into like, what if someone was completely like I know like I vaguely know how gunpowder's made. I know how like basic physics.
Good night, little man. Love you.
Love you.
But yeah, what it came is was like, well, this guy's starving. He's got nothing. He's stuck in this like feudal system. He's out in like Essos, and he's like, I'll make some yogurt. I know how to make yogurt. That's pretty much all. I've got the ingredients. It's pretty much all I know how to make. Maybe I can trade it for some food. And it just becomes like a yogurt-based economy.
Yeah,
so he gets like the free cities before Daenerys Targaryen. So when she sets out, she tries to free all the slaves, and there's like, it's like, come with me and you'll have freedom. And it's like, will there be yogurt? So they all just like fucking love yogurt. And like, what do you mean? Another voice, in this promised land over the sea, will there be yogurt? I'm not really sure. And then just like the guy like smugly looking at the inside, like shaking his head. It's like, yeah, we don't really want to go with you. It's like, you can go with her and have so-called freedom, or you can stay here and have all the yogurt you can eat. And they go like tankers,
yeah,
full of yogurt. Yeah. And of course, when you find out, because you never find out in the show why the White Walkers came back. It's like the White Walkers, turns out they were just really hungry.
They've just woken up.
And they've just woken up after 3,000 years. It's like, I am the Night King. It's like, what do you want? It's like, well, I'm really hungry, but I just woke up, and I'm that kind of hungry where your throat's really small and kind of closed up, so you couldn't really handle eating solid food, but liquid is just going to make you more hungry, so I need something like a soup, but obviously I'm made of ice, so ideally something below room temperature.
And that's how we saved Westeros. Yeah, it was just, we're just sitting like in your old apartment, just in the kitchen, and just spouting this nonsense about this guy who essentially manages to conquer all of Essos just through the thing of like yogurt or something. Like he starts off with like small yogurt stand. This is glorious, truly the food of the gods. And then eventually becomes the overlord of an entire continent.
The guy from the Iron Bank, Mark Gaddis from the Iron Bank, is just like with this weaselly little voice, like, our gold reserves are worthless now that the free cities have switched to a yogurt-based economy. Nobody can get the recipe.
But it also makes Westeros more like nicer. It's like people try and smuggle it out. He goes, we caught him by the gates. We strung up and then took his trousers away and then pointed and laughed at him. And he cried a bit and then we laughed about that. And then his mum came by and said she was very disappointed in him. And they went home and they didn't give any food. And no yogurt for a week. My God, I can't hear anymore.
You must listen.
So that's how we would have done a better job at ending Game of Thrones. We would have done it in at least, like 8 or 9 episodes. Like we hop in the time machine, like DeLorean. We go back in time, run over those 2 prats, and they're like, it turns out the way it works is like Highlander rules. If you kill them, you take their place. You absorb their power, but since they have no power, but like, all right, you need to write the script. Like, all right, let's get really high and finish this season.
I'm just like saying it writing about yoga.
Yeah, we should have a self-insert character just come in somewhere.
But yeah, I love the idea that getting to the 3 cities before Daenerys does, and the slaves just aren't interested in being liberated because there won't be any yogurt.
Either die free or live with yogurt. Yeah.
There's the tankards just filled to the brim, yogurt spilling over. It's just like
They're quaffing it. It's like what you think of dwarfs when they drink, but it's just fucking yogurt. It's a pint tankard of yogurt.
all right.
Okay, I want to go back and look because I've been looking at the like what people have been saying. Oh, they've just been ignoring us again.
Someone's like, this stream has peaked. Is Night King wanting yogurt, just Nelson Mandela wanting beans, but topical?
No, because Nelson Mandela could control the beans.
No, you're confusing him with Bean Magneto.
I know. I just want to bring up Bean Magneto.
I don't think it's like the best thing we ever did, because like for ages my favourite Bean Magneto thing was beans come to me, and this tin of beans hit him in the ow. But later I thought, actually my favourite moment was just like the chair, it's like Senator, it's like glad you could join me, and then like makes a chair out of beans. Have a seat. I'll stand. It's like gross, like wobbly chair. Like have a seat. I'll stand.
As much as I like Bean Magneto, I still prefer Chicken Magneto. He can control chicks and eggs.
Too much chicken in your diet.
And Nathan sent me a thing. Apparently, someone did a flash animation of a polystyrene bag man. It's not nearly as good as my idea.
Oh, man.
What were we doing again?
Shall we play this?
I think I have to
again?
tuck Logan in.
Yes, you should do that now.
Sorry, the stream delay due to random horse shit spewing out of our mouths.
I'm just reading the chat.
Alright, let me know if you say anything funny or interesting.
Fun fact, Nelson Mandela wasn't actually a communist, he was merely misheard. His actuality was demanding to seize the beans of production. Oh, Uncle Palpy, no. 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 No.
Didn't you say you watched the new Star Wars trailer like 50 times a day?
Yes.
Looking forward to it?
No.
When's it coming out?
I don't know. It's next week.
You can say sometime December. I'm hoping it's a massive fuck up.
Well, the thing is, apparently it's going to be so big that the and that's going to be so big that it's the cinema is going to be open till like 5 o'clock in the morning, and I'm like, why? I really don't want to be part of it. Any plans on continuing Life is Strange 2? We do have plans on doing that. It was just actually getting hold of it. But anyway, what was it? I also saw the trailer for Cats too many times today.
It's still freaky as ever.
Yeah, they haven't changed it. They haven't done a
Sonic.
I saw Sonic and went, this is not it. Right, shall we?
This ain't it, Chief. Found the incel who hurt you.
Well, were we on white or pink?
Oh, fucking I think on white, weren't we? No, you guys switched, didn't you? When I was
Yeah,
doing it?
pink,
Yeah.
pink.
Oh, that's right.
You made a whole thing out of it. Okay, so new scenario. You're Jekyll and Hyde. As Mr. Hyde, all you do is shit on people's furniture. You're on a tour of Buckingham Palace, and Mr. Hyde is taking over. Okay. Mr. Hyde starts coming out, and you're going to start shitting. Inflatable T-Rex costume.
Well, in my trusty backpack, which I always take with me, I have my inflatable T-Rex costume. And so, you know, why a man shitting on the furniture would be a really, you know, would be of poor taste. So, he puts on the inflatable T-Rex costume, and as Mr. Hyde goes around acting like a T-Rex and then shitting on people's furniture, and people won't find that as weird.
All right. About to shit in the furniture. Buckingham Palace. Foot-long hot dog.
Well, I reached into my trusty backpack and bring out that foot-long hot dog I've been saving. But desperate times call for desperate measures. So I immediately dropped down in front of the Queen, jammed the hot dog up my arse, pull up my trousers, and then transform. And then his plan is foiled. Because he has a hot dog rammed up his arse.
I think mine was very similar, actually. Mr. Hyde starts taking over. Strap on mermaid tail. You see, if your entire lower half gives you the appearance of a mermaid tail, there's nowhere for the shit to go. It'll just sort of fill up like a bag or like a nappy. So Mr. Hyde will be struggling around trying to get the tail off, which I've stapled to myself, and he's just shitting.
Shitting him like Raymond at that party that one
rolling
time.
around,
That's
just
sound.
fucking feces just filling up the tail. It's completely disgusting.
But you're not.
Everyone's so horrified by that they don't notice you turn back into Dr. Jekyll and just slide it off. Give myself a wipe, and then I come out like, fucking hell, did you guys see that fucking mermaid? It was like, what was happening? I think it was shitting. It stank to high heaven. It was farting. And, and I get away with it scot-free.
The perfect crime.
Yeah.
Right, okay, so vote. Who are you going to vote for? What was it? Mermaid, tail, foot-long, and what was Gemma's again?
T-Rex.
T-Rex costume. Okay, so hot dog, T-Rex costume, Cobe, mermaid.
Look, you're on tour with Bob Chipman, so you're the second most disgusting thing there.
Keep insulting Bob Chipman, please. Keep doing that. I find it hilarious.
So we've got T-Rex, Cobe. It's very, very close.
Yeah, it's really close.
So you
Shit,
win.
mermaid, Cobe, mermaid, T-Rex, not weapon, that's Mr. Hyde.
Give it 5 seconds.
Yeah.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Okay.
Foot long.
All right, and so I've got.
So the last one we're counting is
I
foot
think I've
long.
got 5, and I think.
I've got 4.
I think I've got 4.
Matt's got 3.
Right.
Right.
So you win.
Okay, next round.
Right.
New card. For
Clear
everyone.
up. Hold on. We get new cards from that.
You pass me a new card.
Oh wait, we're
Still in
doing.
pink.
Yeah, hold on. I've got to flip the deck.
Didn't Movie Will have like an alter ego? I swear, like he had like a really in-depth, shitty storyline and loads of characters and everything.
Probably at some
Like,
point.
proper fucking.
Was like,
But that's clearly a lie.
You try some Cock Grow Big Wonder Cream that you bought. You wake up on the morning of your wedding with a penis bigger than you.
I don't see this as a problem. Right, ready to go.
Okay, so you wake up with a dick that's bigger than you are. Rubber horse mask.
well, all you got to do here is wear the horse mask, and people won't be as and because horses are, as we all know, known for having gigantic cocks. Putting on the horse mask will sort of think everyone again that this is not like that. This is a normal thing for you to have. So there we go. Problem solved.
Right. Next one.
The world's fastest washing machine. Right, so I'm thinking, obviously, you've rubbed this on, you want a slightly larger penis. What's happened is you've got a penis that's over 6 foot in length and would kill anyone you tried to have sex with. It's a problem. You need to deal with it quickly because it's the morning of your wedding. Now, weddings are generally early in the daytime kind of affairs. They don't happen late in the day. So you need to shrink it in the wash, and you need to do it quickly. So running to the world's fastest washing machine, which of course you've kept in your trusty backpack, you jam your enormous cock into the drum, where the clothes go. And because your dick is now so huge, it fills the hole in the middle of the washing machine, and it tricks the washing machine into thinking it's closed, because it's the exact same thickness of the drum. And as the hot water washes there, it's very uncomfortable, but your dick shrinks in the wash back to a normal, acceptable size. And you go off and have a wedding, and you're limping, and you're in a lot of pain. Everyone's just assumes it's from your stag do. So, you wake up with a dick that's larger than you are. German drinking boot.
So you wake up and you have an enormous penis. Now, showing off your enormous penis at the wedding is right out. Walking around with your dick out is, it's not on normally, but if you have an enormous dick, so you know what you need to do? Cover it up. Because, you don't go to a wedding bare-chested, and you don't go to your dick uncapped. Yeah. So you fit on the shoe, and if anyone else goes like, oh, it's my third leg, and go, oh, what do you mean by that? It's my enormous penis. Right. And if they start getting asked if you're like, you can't have your enormous penis out during the wedding, he's like, fuck you, it's my wedding, and you kick him in the face with your dick.
So,
okay.
Do we have German drinking boot, world's fastest washing machine, or horse mask?
Time starts whenever someone says something.
Everyone just leaves.
Just like someone animate this, and someone's like, "Damn it, Gemma."
Do you think if we had done this during like later in the day or during like not a weekday, like we'd probably get more views of people like, but a bunch of people are going to miss out on this marvelous.
I feel like we could probably leave this stream out, to be honest.
Yeah.
Cobe, washing machine,
boot, none of the above.
Washing machine. I'll be honest, boys. The washing machine fucking deserves to win. If you pick anything else, like, what the hell is wrong with you?
Clearly some sort of initial level D.
We've got 3 for horse mask.
Ridiculous. That was the worst one.
No, it wasn't.
Objectively,
it was.
Objectively, it was the worst one. The best one was definitely the washing machine. German drinking boot. You guys are wrong. What? Shrink it in the wash? And do it quickly. That was all relevant to the information on the card.
Yeah, yours is
fucking clever.
Yours is a quitter's mindset.
5 for horse mask.
Fucking lunatics, the lot of you.
Yours was a quitter's attitude.
Gemma's going to win, even though hers was objectively the worst.
They're doing it because they're spiting you, which I am on board with. Spite Jacob.
Okay, 5 seconds. Okay, I think, horse mask is the winner. So there you are.
Thank you. I didn't have anything good, so I thought rubber horse mask, giant penis. There we go.
No, I see the logic. It's just like, I'll pretend I'm a horse. But I don't see how, like...
It's going to really... I'm going to my wedding, but if I pretend I'm a horse, they won't notice. Whereas mine was like, fucking, work it, baby. There you go.
Mine was the best, and I'm reasonably angry at all of you.
Well, it's, people are wrong all the time, Jacob, just like you are.
Right, pink again, yes?
Yep.
You are the writer for Bucket of Doom. You've made too many jokes about Kim Jong-un, Putin and Trump. They've joined forces to hunt you down.
I think I might have to shuffle it because we got this one earlier and I definitely have not gone through all of them.
Bondage, dog collar, and lead.
Well, the only option is to give Kim Jong-un, Putin, and Trump the bondage, dog collar, and lead, and they've got to choose who's going to be wearing it and who's who's going to be the one taking it, and who's going to be the one walking.
You had nothing, did you?
No, I had nothing.
World leaders are hunting you down. Bert and Ernie from Sesame Street.
So now it's a 3-on-3 fight.
Let's just give it to Matt.
See, Trump is a bit pudgy and doesn't work out. King Jong-un, whatever his name is. Have you seen him? Little tubster, doesn't know what to do. Putin, bit more difficult. I saw him earlier suplex a truck, and then he became a centaur. And if anyone fucking gets that, so I've got my backup. Bert and Ernie. Everyone knows that Ernie is a world champion mixed martial artist, and Bert grew up on the streets. The dangerous streets of Sesame Street. So he knows how to live and die on the street. So we have a tussle. We quickly dispatch both Trump and the fat Korean dude. And then it's a 3-on-1 fight. Unfortunately, Bert and Ernie die in the fight between Putin. Because I told you, he suplexed the truck. But in the end, I shank him in the kidneys. And I become king of both Korea, America, and Russia. And I set my goal to take over the rest of the world. The end.
I genuinely can't remember what I picked. Still not ringing any bells. Apparently I chose Hello Kitty Waffle Maker. Why did I do that? Let's think. Right, so everybody likes waffles. Everybody likes Hello Kitty. I just want to make a little peace offering to these guys. You know, they've come over to my house. They've come with the intention to do murder. And there's very little you can offer a man with bloodlust. You can maybe offer him some yogurt.
People already say Matt.
A woman, or in this case, Hello Kitty waffles. I forgot what I was going to say. Let's give it to Matt. Let's let Matt have it.
Yeah, just give it to Matt.
Let's just not even wait for the fucking votes. Let's just give it to Matt.
Because the idea of 3 world leaders fighting against me and Bert and Ernie, what is a mixed martial arts champion?
Oh, I had this earlier.
You're a mouse who's just crawled into a cafe in search of crumbs. It's a cat cafe. Oh God, I got nothing.
Me too. I've got nothing.
I got something I used before. I don't think it's very good, but oh wait, no, I retract my thing before.
I was really happy with my use of this card earlier before we're streaming Telepathic Connection with Nigel Farage.
It was
Falling
for
into a
the
snake pit, and I was just like,
it was like you're naked at whose house?
yeah, Nicolas Cage's house. You fall into his Viper pit, and I was just like, I use my telepathic connection with
Nigel Farage,
who, as we all know, can speak the language of snakes. Okay, you are a mouse in a cat cafe, a sentient Roomba.
Well, the mouse has a friend. It's the sentient Roomba. So he's able to talk to him and just be like, look, can you do me a favor? Can you do me a solid, right? I'm in this cat cafe and I'm gonna get spotted, so I really need your help. So the Roomba says, that's fine. What I'm gonna do is I've got a little compartment in the Roomba where you can hide from the cats, and I'll distract the cats at the same time, because cats, as we all know, love Roombas and things that move. So, whilst in the cat cafe, there is a sentient Roomba going around with a mouse inside, like piloting it, just sort of staying away from all the cats, therefore preventing themselves from being eaten.
You are a mouse in a cat cafe. Keith Richards' liver.
Right, so I'm a mouse who just happens to be carrying around Keith Richards' liver in my trusty backpack, as you all want to do.
Yeah.
And these cats don't want to eat me, but you know what else they want to eat? Meat. So I reach into my backpack and I fling the liver. It whacks a cat in the face and then explodes. It bursts, spreading highly corrosive toxin everywhere. The cats, they scream, they melt, they die. And I escape.
Microsoft Excel. I'll be honest, as a mouse, I can't
fight the cats. I can't take them on in unarmed combat. I can't outrun the cats, but I might just be able to outwit them. Cats are not very smart. And what do smart people know about? Spreadsheets. So, we're in a cafe, it's a place of business, very easy for me to get onto a computer. And they're going, oh, that's dinner. I'm going, but look at this. You could save 30% of your income. It freaks them out. I just bamboozle the cats. They all start staring at it, figuring out how they can save money by not eating mice. And I'm out the back door, man. I'm gone. I'm out looking for crumbs elsewhere. Cats don't even need to spend money on stupid fucking cunts. They don't need to spend money on food. Yeah, I've gone. I've left.
All right. So who do you think? Like Gemma's with Roomba, mine with Liver, or Jacob's with Microsoft Excel?
Keith Richards' liver.
Matt, Keith Richards 2 for me.
And the Roomba can
Liver,
pick
3.
up the fucking crumbs, okay?
Okay, 1 for you, Jacob. 4. 1 for you. 2 for you. 2 for Jacob. Nils else's vote. Shall we count down?
Yeah, it looks like. I think it's definitely Matt that's got this.
I was surprised. I thought you were bamboozling them with
With a spreadsheet. I had no good cards, but I was like, Microsoft Excel, fuck it. I'll bamboozle the cats with a spreadsheet.
Yes, thank you, Will Wade, for Roomba has the most potential because I could pick up the crumbs. All right. Yes, curses God in Scottish.
Right, I'm gonna shuffle these cards because we've had a bunch of them. I think we've probably gone through a bunch of them.
Yeah, I'm getting ones that I've had before.
Okay. You're on an alien planet. As you step out of the rocket, you slam to the ground. Gravity here is 50 times stronger than the Earth's.
I'm also gonna shuffle cut this. I hit the bottom.
It's like mumbles of Matt, laughs at Dixon's like.
Right, you're slammed into the ground due to strong gravity. Triple XL handkerchief.
That's the third time we've had that.
Yeah. Well, the double XL handkerchief. I'm able to use that and use it and be able to stretch it to the point where you cannot pull it apart. So when just before I slam to the ground, the XXL handkerchief actually works as a trampoline and bounces me back up into the air, back into the spaceship. There we go. Therefore.
Mike Myers' Fat Bastard suit from Austin Powers.
So, as we all know, like, a fat man costume is actually quite heavy because you're simulating fat by being fat. But you know what else that is similar to? Weight training. And as anyone who's ever seen that documentary, Dragon Ball Z, knows, wearing weighted clothes makes you more powerful when you take off. So, I wriggle it off, and I'm stronger for it, and I can survive the gravity, and I'm ready to fight Frieza.
50 times gravity. Electric spaghetti fork. How do electric spaghetti forks work? Well, if you are learned in the ways of science, as I am, you'll know they run on electromagnets, which of course is controlled by the poles of the planet you're on, which affects the gravity. This basic science, you haven't got to look it up. Just take my word for it.
Ask any scientist like Magneto.
So what I do is I start spinning the fork around, right? Spinning it one way, nothing happens. Spin it really fast, the gravity's getting worse. That lets me know I've got to reverse the polarity. That's science. That's how you know what I'm saying is scientifically accurate, right? Because it sounds complicated. I start spinning it backwards, and woohoo! All of a sudden, I can stand up, and I just float the fuck away.
That passes in Star Trek.
Right, who
Cast
wins?
your right.
Let's be honest, they were all bad. Like, whoever wins that one,
Matt
there should be no sense of pride.
I think Matt's
Because
in a fat suit.
they're all garbage.
Turned into Mike Myers. Cat in the Hat. So I'm guessing those are votes for me. Fat Matt, fuck you all.
Matt really had the fat suit card.
Electromagnetism uses the magnets on your suit, so you get back on the. I wrote for the yellow card. Matt.
Okay, just,
Popularity contest with you kids.
Yes.
okay, start banning these people. Ban anyone who voted for me. And that makes...
Yeah, Matt
wins.
It's Matt. Matt wins. Yeah. Did you ban someone?
Did he actually ban someone?
He said ban anyone who voted for me.
I was joking, you idiot.
Sorry, Adam Darnell.
I don't care, he didn't give us any money.
He's our #1 patron.
No more, he ain't. Why are you drawing a card? I've won. No, I mean, I've won.
Yeah.
Oh, damn it.
That's it. Thanks very much, everybody. It's fucking 9 o'clock, so I think we should stop this nonsense.
What do we start? I mean, it's been a while.
Like,